I was going to tell you that this time I just tried to little bit change the focus of the presentation and show what innovations we are launching and what we have done so far. But of course there will be many GDP numbers, many financial numbers, and the recent developments. I'm also CFO of the bank, of course. Just to warm you out a little bit this morning, I'll start with a short video about the...
I love this country. I love the tunes and all its depths and heights. For a warm welcome on a cold day. I love it for eloquent silence. The music in its soul. For youthful spirit and inspiring stories. For proud look and honest smile. Winter in Georgia.
So pretty much they fit the season as well. Some numbers before the other video. I'll start with the economy, and you can see on this chart that Georgia was one of the fastest growing countries, both in terms of region and if you compare it to the CE countries. You can see last 5 years, Georgia was the best if you compare it to CE country, and second best if you compare it to the region. The 2015 and 2016 was slight slowdown of the economic growth, mainly related to the regional factors such as oil prices drop and related depreciation of the currencies. But then again, it restarted back this year. The economic growth for 8 months is about 4.7%. If we think about the future and the focus of the economy, this is the chart which we based on IMF information. And among the countries that we choose as peer ones, the Georgian economy will grow fastest based on this focus by about 4.9% per year. This is very important, and we were saying this many times, that Georgia has found its place above many developed countries in many rankings. We are top place in ease of doing business, top place in ease of starting business, one of the friendliest tax regimes in the world. And this was even further strengthened by the government last year initiative to make reinvested profit tax-free. So all the profits that you won't distribute from Georgian company won't be taxed at all. There are top places in transparency of the economy, meaning no corruption, and top places in the security of the country. Now this is how the country is differentiating itself. The first is being the logistic and transportation hub for the region. The second is tourism. We see financial services to be taking the leading part. We have energy and education, anything which is related to service. Georgia is trying to establish itself as the clear leader in the region. I won't go through much details. I showed the tourism-related video. Just some numbers on tourism. We are the country of 3.7 million population. Last year, we already had about 6 million plus tourism. This year, we expect to have 7 plus, quite close to 8. So this is clearly big. The next section is regarding the banking sector in the country. And what this slide shows is a couple of things. The first is that banking sector is still underpenetrated. The loan to GDP ratio is about 51%. Now that implies with the GDP growth quite a significant growth opportunity for the sector. The second on this slide is that it is very healthy. If you take NPLs to total loans, the ratio is about 2.4%, and which is one of the best among the peer countries that we are showing. And then the third here is that basically it is very well capitalized. If you take the equity to asset ratio, it's again one of the best among the peer countries. Maybe you've noticed that in addition to these numbers, the banking sector has been growing and it's profitable. Two banks from Georgia are listed on London Stock Exchange, and both banks are included in FTSE 250 index. I'll talk about it more. This is TBC Bank. We are the largest bank in the country across all the key metrics, and the largest non-government-owned bank actually in the Caucasus region. We are just showing the awards, the place for those. Just to give you an example, the last 3 years, all the agencies that award Georgian banks have named TBC as the best bank in the country. And altogether in our history, I think we have more than up to 20 awards of such nature. There are certain developments in TBC, the recent developments, which I will highlight or I'll go through. The first one is our move to the premium listing last year. So we are listed on London Stock Exchange since 2014, and last year we upgraded our listing to the premium segment of London Stock Exchange. You can see our picture celebrating the event. In addition to this, this year, in summer, we were included in FTSE 250 index. Now, I'd like to stop here for a second and just highlight the fact that we come from the post-Soviet past, obviously. We are a very small country with the 3.7 million population, and we have two banks listed on premium segment on London Stock Exchange, both included into FTSE 250 index. And obviously that sets the standard of corporate governance, the transparency, the overall governance in the country. We already have the third company which is listed on LSE, the same platform, and then some more are preparing to come. So that basically sets the standard and changes the way that the business is done in the country. Another development last year, which is also very important, is the acquisition of local SocGen subsidiary. We acquired Bank Republic, again, SocGen subsidiary, which resulted into us becoming the largest bank in the country. The acquisition is of course very important, and the fact that we became largest was very important, but two more things to highlight here are the fact that in parallel of acquisition and integration, we've been growing both the TBC Group and TBC Bank standalone, as well as Bank Republic standalone. So that is quite a counterintuitive if you think about it, because obviously when you think about acquisition during the integration process, people are losing market share. The second thing which is important and which is given here is the timeline of integration. So in 6 months from the acquisition date, we finished the full operational and legal integration. So after 6 months, the Bank Republic branches were rebranded in TBC Bank, and all the staff was already ready to start operations. Next thing, which is very important in the recent development, is that we entered the insurance business. And in Georgia, insurance is even less penetrated than banking. I'm sure it should be the same in Ukraine as well. But us having already about 2 million customers, which is a big number in Georgian reality, and having the strongest brand and the best customer experience along with the best multi-channel platform, obviously we will be using this to grow our sales and our financials and our our basically complex service of our customers. We already started to sell, and how we want to do this. We want the insurance company to be as different from the competitors as TBC Bank is. We want them also to have the best customer experience, best multi-channel platform, be very innovative. We started to sell the travel insurance through Facebook Messenger, and it basically became quite popular. You need to spend few minutes to buy travel insurance through Facebook Messenger. I'll talk about it more. Now, just before I move to the couple of slides that shows the recent innovations, I'd like to focus on our vision. We are very diligent in vision and in realizing the vision, and it is usually broadly shared by the management, and both the top and middle management, and I hope by the staff as well. About 3-4 years ago, we had the vision to become the largest bank in the country, and we diligently did 2 acquisition and integration. We bought small portfolios. We grew organically, significantly, roughly up to 30%. And last year, we did become the largest bank in the country, pretty much indisputable leader across all the key metrics. Now, last year, what we did was that now what? And to answer this question, we developed a new vision. And here it is written, this is to become the best financial service company in the region. And I guess this is important, and maybe 2 things to highlight. The first is that we don't say bank anymore in our vision statement. And the second is digital. So we want to change the way we are doing the banking with the bank and with our customers, and become more digital and focus across financial services, not purely on the banking services. Now I'd like to show how we are going to realize this into real life. The first is, of course, this is multi-channel platform. And this is combination of internet bank, a mobile bank, iPhone, Android, or any type of device banking, which is we clearly are the best in the country and in the region. We've been receiving many local or regional awards, and once we were named as the world's best internet banking in 2 categories. So for transparency, there was 10 nominations, and we got 2. You can see the numbers, they are pretty much soaring. We benchmark ourselves with the best in Eastern Europe, and also see the people, what they are doing in Western world as well. Maybe one thing which is important, this is scores here on Google Play and Apple. So that's how the customers would rate our app. And it's usually, you can see it's 4.9%, and we are bank after all. I mean, rating us at 4.99% is obviously a very encouraging achievement. Excuse me. So this is about the chatbot that I mentioned in the insurance. So what we've done is that we developed a small version of our artificial intelligence locally, which talks in Georgian and talks on and basically messages you through Facebook Messenger. And we found it to be pretty smart and funny, and found that the customers really like it. They get all the information that they need, and also do some banking transactions, like simple transactions such as transferring money, etc. In addition, it obviously generates the lead. So if you ask that what is the interest rate on mortgage, you will get the call next day from mortgage specialist offering you mortgage. Obviously, this chat will answer the interest rate immediately. So we found that the customers really like it. It's really funny to interact, the way it uses language. And we found 80,000 people using it with 3.5 million iterations. So it's just new, so let's see where it takes us. The second one is actually third one is the Sme Onboarding. And what's so special about it is that you can, if you are a SME customer in Georgia, you can open the account, order card, open the internet banking, mobile banking, and SMS banking, and do this all in 5 minutes at your desktop. So you won't need to spend more than 5 minutes. And then how it is done? So we are connected with the public registry, which has all the information and scripts about the companies in Georgia, and that enables us to identify and verify the customer online, and therefore we can do it only in 5 minutes. Now, there is a reason why we have electric car here on this slide. The reason is that we still have customers or potential customers who like to sign the papers. Now, then if you basically click the button that I still need to sign the paper, then this car will bring the documents to your office and ensure that you sign it and take them back. But it's really unique, and we haven't been able to find anyone else opening accounts for SMEs in just 5 minutes. Next slide, and this is the final slide before we show another video, or I show another video. That's regarding the startup, and again SME startup. This is quite unique in the regional context, at least. We haven't found anyone giving actual loans to startup customers. You just need 3 months sales to apply for a loan, and you will get one. Of course, we do the screening of the business, and we won't give the loan to a customer who, I don't know, sells the snow in the winter, but after you meet the screening requirements, you will get the loan based on only 3 months sales data. And when I was building this presentation, our SME head, my colleague from SME, assured that I'll tell you that there is no single overdue in the portfolio of 4.2 million so far. So this is pretty much it in short. I'll show another video which also summarizes the TBC Bank today.
It has been an amazing year for us. This year was a turning point, the year when we updated our vision and set the ambitious goal of becoming the best digital financial service company in the region. We became the biggest bank in the country by acquiring Bank Republic from Société Générale. With a market share of 39% in loans and 75% of the adult population being our clients, we managed to continue our robust performance by delivering an ROE of 22.4% by year-end 2016. TBC Bank moved to the premium segment of the London Stock Exchange. We entered the insurance business and created a new brand, TBC Insurance, which aims at achieving around 30% market share. Digitalization and customer experience are reshaping our industry. 84% of transactions were conducted online. Companies with TBC Bank can open a bank account online without visiting a branch. TBC Bank aspires to have the best customer experience in the country and benchmarks itself not only against its peers, but also against all service industries. The NPS score of 60% keeps us superior to our peers, international retail brands, and even hospitality businesses. Innovation is the cornerstone of our development and a promise to our customers. Just recently, we launched our first ever chatbot, a Facebook Messenger integrated robot based on artificial intelligence and self-learning engines. We have launched a special program for startups to support and promote the idea of entrepreneurship and doing business in Georgia. Creating opportunities for people and businesses is our core purpose. We are a proud partner of the Georgian Rugby Union, and we are thrilled to host the World Rugby Under-20 Championship. TBC brand aims to be a love mark, a brand people want to be associated with. And we believe that by focusing on innovation, customer experience, digitalization, we will bring our vision to reality. Be the best digital financial service company in the region.